Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another pick a card reading. Today I'm going to have you pick a deity, an Indian deity, and we're going to get messages from each one. You can actually pick all four if you wanted to, or whichever one your heart desires. And so you're going to pick pile number 1, or Lord Shiva, pile number 2, Goddess Lakshmi, pile number 3, Lord Ganesha, and pile number 4, Hanuman. So whichever one you want, or like I said, go ahead and read all of them. Each one will have a different message for a different aspect of your life. And while you guys are choosing, I want to let you know that there's a sale going on in my Etsy shop. And hopefully these hearts are going to be up. And you guys can purchase these. They're going to be charged on my altar before they come to you. And yeah, let's get into your reading. Pile number 1, everybody that picked the Lord Shiva card. Okay, so there's a message here that is very strong there's something in your life that needs to be deconstructed. It needs to go. You have to let this go. There's something that it's garbage now. You're done with it. Your time with it is over. It's a time to really deconstruct it, destroy it, let it go, throw it away. Now, since this is a collective reading, this has a lot to do with like everybody's energy that I'm picking up. So it could be, somebody that's holding on to something like a souvenir or an artifact or some gift that somebody gave you that hurt you, and it's time to just let it go. It could be something materialistic and physical, or it could be an actual person that you just need to say, let's not talk anymore, or, just kind of cut them off. Or it could be a job. For many of you, it could be a job that was just draining you, and it's just time to let it go. Now, those were the first kinds of messages that I got from your pile. But going into this card right here, surrender obsessive thinking. So I do feel like this thing, whatever it is that you're not able to let go of, you almost see it like, damn, like, how do I let it go? It's been with me so long. Or what am I going to do without it? Or it was a gift. I manifested it. And how could I let something go that I manifested myself? There's a lot of different things I'm picking up on from you guys. But what I'm seeing also is sometimes you do manifest what you want, but then you outgrow it and you evolve, and then you level up to something else. It's kind of like imagine a tomato tree, right? The first tomato that pops out. You don't want that tree to be like, okay, I just manifested my first tomato, I'm done. No. That tree is going to go on to manifest even more tomatoes, bigger tomatoes, smaller tomatoes, weird shaped tomatoes. So you're not done. Even if you manifest, it doesn't mean somebody's going to come and pluck that tomato and eat it, make a delicious dish out of it, enjoy it. It's going to feed their belly. It just nothing goes in vain. No manifestation goes in vain. But some manifestations, after you manifest them, and after a while, they must go, right? And that's where this understanding card comes in, where it's time to kind of just understand that it's time to let something go. It's such a huge message for you, and I feel like a lot of you, it's stressing you out. It's stressing your body out. It's stressing your mind, your emotions, your heart. It's stressing you out. But let's be open. Be open to the fact that this is going to be a very good thing. I want you to start imagining yourself without this thing. What are you going to do without it? Get excited. Say it's a job that is just tiring you out. You don't like going to work. You're depressed all the time. You're upset at work. People pick on you, whatever the case may be. Imagine you finally quitting that job. Now, I'm not saying to just quit. I'm saying Go harness something else and then give yourself the satisfaction of quitting with something else in your hands already. Do you get what I'm saying? Mutually beneficial venture. This says there is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. Now, this can be different for everybody. There could be somebody that is giving you good advice. It's a mutually beneficial venture. Somebody that might want to go into business with you. Somebody that might want to invest in you. Somebody that is interested in you romantically. Somebody that just wants to help you out, maybe financially. Whatever, however this mutually beneficial venture comes in. Somebody that loves the idea that you have and they want to invest in that idea. There's just a lot of understanding, type of gentle, calm energy around you. But what I want you to do is not obsessively think. Don't overthink. And here's something that I do. I actually did it this morning, right before this reading. Right before this reading, I got really, really anxious. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, before certain readings, either for clients or sometimes even pick-a cards, I get super, super anxious. And then when I do the reading, then I understand why. So I picked up a lot of your guys' energy. And what I did, I felt that chaos inside of my head. Overactive thinking, overactive mind. So what I did is I lit an incense and it immediately calmed me down because I was pacing around back and forth for like 45 minutes because I was like, I need to get grounded, get my head right before I do this reading, right? And so that's what I do. I use my feet to ground myself. So I'll sometimes pace. But today what I did is something I love to do. I haven't been able to do for a while because it's been raining, but I like to go barefoot, and the roots of the tree in my backyard are coming up above the ground, and I love to step on them and walk on them and talk to the roots and the trees. It helps me understand nature. It helps nature understand me. It helps the elements understand me. It helps my root chakra understand what I'm saying, and it helps me connect with my root chakra even more. And so when your thoughts are overactive, you have to connect with your root chakra. Hence why we see Ganesha's feet, we see Shiva's feet, right? So walk around barefoot outside, if you can. For me, it's very, very grounding, and it helps my chaotic thoughts within like 10 minutes of walking around. It just really, really helps. And also the breeze in the trees, the energy does something to you that I don't think we'll ever even be able to understand. So I do feel like, something needs to be let go here, of course, like we said, but the way that it's going to happen is going to be calm and gentle, and you are going to find a lot of peace in it. And also I see abundance in it and a lot of greenery here that I see. I want you to either wear green colors, work with green colors, go near nature, trees, maybe get a fish tank with some greenery in there, green apples, and green colored eyes, green colored eye contacts. Actually, I have a video coming up about that. I'm doing like a little collab with a eye contact company, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it and just really getting to get into eye magic, which I have a video coming soon. So yeah, this is going to be your reading. Remember, no mountain is high enough for you, and you can overcome anything. And I know that sometimes it's very hard to let go of something, especially if it's been in your life for so long, or you've gotten comfortable with it, or you just don't know what to do without it. But in this case, there's definitely something you gotta let it go. And watch your heart grow. This specific pyrite heart that you picked, it's growing upwards. And there's the crystals, look, you see that? The crystals are growing like upwards. If you can see. You see? And so your heart is growing. And sometimes that could be uncomfortable, and sometimes that means that we need to let go of the things that we're not allowing our heart to grow anymore. You know, we have to understand those things. We have to be open to those things. But the plate is always going to be full for you. So you don't have to worry. You're always going to have that apple right there, okay? However you want to take that. And so, yes, that's going to be your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me so we can get more in detail, go ahead and email me in my email down below. That's my only email. There is so many scammers on YouTube right now. My only email is the one in my description box. That's it. And then if you want to, sometimes I open up readings on my Etsy shop too. Right now they're sold out. Hopefully I'll be opening them up in the next day or two. So just keep on checking, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. Number 2, everybody that picked the Lakshmi card, not the Ganesha, the Lakshmi card. This reading has a lot to do with your abundance and your money, your finances, and your skin, how you carry yourself, how you walk into a room. So it's interesting. Let's kind of get into this a little bit more deeper. Before we do, I do want to mention the Lakshmi card comes with a message of you need to start taking care of yourself a little bit better. When you walk into a room, how do you feel, and why do you feel like that? I know sometimes if I got my hair in a nasty ass bun, I'm wearing sweatpants all day, and I walk into a room, I'm not going to feel the best. I'm not going to feel the most confidence. I'm not going to feel like people, or that I command attention as soon as I walk into the room. And say you're walking into a meeting or an interview, you know, or somewhere where you do demand or command attention. You have to walk in and present yourself in that manner. And what is it to you? Everybody's different. Nicki Minaj walks into a room and she commands power and energy and attention in a different way than, say, a prime minister would. You know, they're more formal, they're more covered up, they're a little bit more, you know, respect, like the way they present themselves. But Nicki Minaj is just purely herself, and of course respectable, but still she's different. It's what is your way of commanding attention when you walk into a room? Like, who else? Like, name people in the comment section where you think that they walk into a room and they just their presence alone commands attention. For me, Nicki Minaj was the first one that popped into my head. And Beyonce is another one pops into my head. She walks into a room, just the beauty alone, her aura, her demeanor, the way she carries herself commands attention, right? So what is it about you? You know, I just kind of named a few things about these people that came off the top of my head, but you don't need to be a celebrity to command attention when you walk into a room. I'm sure if you go to like a corporate event or like a work event, work party, you know, when the boss walks in, you can tell because the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, the way they walk in, right? It's just head straight, head tall, shoulders tall, like your body language commands attention. So I did want to say that before we get into the reading. Now, the next thing that I see here is personal transformation, and then we have wholeness. This is the heart chakra card. And so what I feel here is a lot of you guys, there needs to be surrendering of this defensiveness. I'm just going to be all over the place in this reading, and hopefully you guys can pick up on what I'm saying. But I'm just going to go with where my mind is taking me. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. People in power are very grounded, very centered. Like the example of like Nicki Minaj or Beyonce, right? Like, how much hate do these people get in one day? Millions, probably millions of comments and stuff like that. Just hate, right? But if they got defensive, then their craft, their art would get affected, and they wouldn't be able to perform, they wouldn't be able to create, they wouldn't be able to work more on their craft. So you cannot be defensive, because defensiveness is weakness. And that's something I think I've learned a lot in the last few years, is like, if somebody comes at me, I get very, very defensive, but then I realize the way that you react in your defensiveness can get you in trouble. And so what you do is you ground yourself and you center yourself. And I really, really want you guys to go watch pile number 1, because it's about how to ground those thoughts and how to center those thoughts and work them into your favor. Then offer a clear non-defensive response. When you respond to somebody in a way that's non-defensive, how much power do you gain? Like, okay, the first thing that popped into my head, there's, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like a celebrities read mean tweets. And these celebrities will just read the worst tweets. I don't have a Twitter, so I'm going to stutter all over the place. They're just going to read the meanest comments about themselves and react to it. And almost always, these celebrities laugh it off, or they embrace it, or they just don't give a shit. And they don't get defensive. And I just feel like it's such a transformational thing when you can hear somebody say something to you, right? And then you spin that comment around your 2 fingers. You spin that comment just like that around your 2 fingers, and then you flick it away. Flick that shit away, okay? You don't need to be listening to that. You don't need to be letting that affect you. I think that's a big message for you right now. And the way that Lakshmi came into your reading right now is telling me it's so much about that. It's so much about what other people are saying to you and how it's affecting your heart chakra. You're letting it into your heart chakra. You're letting it affect how you feel, how you react. And these things are not healthy. They're very, very toxic. Now, look at the card right underneath the heart chakra card, and look at the color of the turtle, the same exact color of the card. Okay? And what this card is saying is there's no need to rush or to push. Do not ever rush to prove yourself to anybody else except yourself. Okay? And do not push yourself unless you did something wrong. I'm going to throw that out there. Unless you did something wrong and you're making up for it, don't push yourself in a way where you are pushing yourself for somebody else. I feel like it's just going to make you tired. It's going to drain your energy. It's going to push you into pathways that you do not need to be going into. And this is a time to take things as they come. Don't rush or don't push, okay? You have the determination and the patience to handle what is happening. And what's happening right now is you're kind of learning how to let go of your defense mechanism that maybe helped you in a previous situation, and now you're using it in your present situation and it's not helping you because it's draining the beauty out of your body. This personal transformation that you're going through, it's teaching you how to bring vitality and energy and your aura back into being colorful and beautiful. It might have gone dull. It might have lost luster. I feel like a lot of you are coming back into your own body, into your own skin. I feel like some of you might be even going into some kind of plastic surgery or plastic surgery type of a procedure. Some of you might be changing up your hair color, changing up your wardrobe, throwing out old clothes, getting new clothes, redecorating, something where you're making something beautiful again, but beautiful in your eyes. And that's the transformation. And there's no need for you to get any type of defensive. Don't rush it. Don't push it. Just do what you need to do. And right now, what you need to do. And that's personal transformation. Beautify yourself. Beautify your environment. And when I say beautify yourself, I mean that means you sit your ass down and read a book to beautify your mind. Maybe your mind is cluttered with negative thoughts. Then beautify it. Sit with a book, sit with a journal, write, paint, go for a walk, play with your animals, plant a tree. I don't know. What is it for you that beautifies your life, that makes you feel like your heart is full? Be resilient in that. Push for that, but don't push too hard. Take your time. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is this heart right here. This heart has a lot of, this reminds me very, very dense. Like the word dense comes into my mind. And what that teaches me is your heart has become so dense. Like so physical that you forgot the spiritual aspects of your heart. You feel your heart beating, but where's the emotion? You can feel your heart beat and pump. You know it is beating and pumping. But have you ever thanked it for beating and pumping even through chaos, even through ugly, even through sadness, even through grief? It pumped and it beat for you. Nobody else but you. And so I feel like that's Lakshmi in our heart. She's beating and pumping no matter what. But our heart has become so dense, so consumed with the physical. And we need to bring our heart back into cosmic, into spirituality. Remember, flick that shit away that doesn't belong there in your heart, because it makes you defensive. And when you're defensive, you're in a very low vibration. We don't want that. Okay? If you guys want to book a reading with me, for a more in-depth reading, go ahead and email me. My email is down below. And you can also purchase a reading from me on my Etsy shop. But with that being said, I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. For everybody that picked pile number 3, or the Ganesha card. Lots of Ganesha messages here. Low. Why did I say that? There's no coincidence in my readings. It's always synchronicity. It's always, if something slips out by accident, there was a reason. So I do feel like a lot of you guys might be at a low point in your life, but Lord Ganesha comes to say he's literally the remover of obstacles. So whatever is making you feel like you're in that low point of your life, he's here to remove that. And I want you guys not to worry. There's this energy of you feeling like in some form, one way or another, that you don't belong. Where and why and how is that? Is it at your workplace? Is it in your home? Is it in your relationship? Like, where is it in your community? What is it you feel like you don't belong? And I want you guys to know that I feel like your biggest obstacle is a place where you've become kind of like a follower, and you become frustrated in that following. You know, you following this, whether it's a religion, whether it's a career, whether it is a person. I don't know what it is, because this is a general reading. I'm picking up on a lot of different kind of energies right now. Now my left hand just started itching, and there's so, like, I'm about to come out with a video about, you know, the meaning of different things in our body and how it happens and why it itches and all that stuff. So that video is coming soon, but a little hint teaser is when your left hand itches, it means money is coming in. Especially if you are a female or you identify as more feminine, then money's coming in. And Ganesha here is about to remove some obstacles regarding money or finances, or a broken home, a broken relationship, like an obstacle where there's something that's broken. Okay. If I pause, I'm just kind of reading a little bit more into the cards. something was broken and it became an obstacle. Now, what I see is that you are very protected, and this whole entire broken situation is protected, but it's not actually broken. It feels like it's broken, but it's going to reconcile, whatever this is. It could be like you feeling like your job is not good enough for you anymore, and all of a sudden you get a promotion. Or maybe you feeling like your relationship is not good, and all of a sudden something happens and something sparks. I feel like the brokenness has debilitated the union here, the partnership here. The brokenness has made you feel weak, made this bond feel weak. But it's not actually broken. There's just challenges and obstacles there, just like in anything in life. And sometimes these things, when we're amidst them, when we are in them, dealing with them firsthand, you don't really see the way out, and you kind of just feel like it's the end of the world, or there's like, what are you gonna do? Or, oh my God, the situation is so bad. What am I gonna do now? Or how is this gonna fix itself? But there is nature. Nature is helping you. I feel like right now, I'm actually looking right outside my window, and my palm tree is caressing the tree right next to it. I don't know what the tree next to it is. I think it's some kind of just birch tree, but it's just, the leaves are just caressing it. So there's this humongous message here of companionship that you probably thought you would never get, or some sort of union or partnership that just, listen, I feel like they are trying, but you might be a little egotistical, or maybe not willing to accept being caressed, not willing to accept being held. You're not willing to accept letting yourself be vulnerable and just be taken care of. And I feel like that's one of your biggest obstacles. You are very, very protected here. Your reading is telling me that you're very protected. Even though you feel broken, you are very, very taken care of and protected, but it's just you don't want that protection. Sometimes you are weary and assumptuous and suspicious of people who are nice to you and people who want to do something for you. But these are gifts from our guides and our spirits and our deities, and they're there for a reason. So if somebody's coming trying to help you, lend you a helping hand, lend you a sweet word, lend you some advice, take it. And if you don't like it, throw it away. But I just really feel like it's important for you to open yourself up. Go look at pile number 1, because I feel like there's a lot of messages in pile number 1 for you. Ganesha is Lord Shiva's son, and the first pile was his father, Shiva. So, I feel like there has something to do also with a father-son type of an energy here. So go check it out. Father-son also, for a lot of you, I feel like if you are female and you are more masculine, where you are the caretaker and the provider of the house, then there may be issues with your father or something. If you identify more as a little bit more masculine, even still, go check out that reading, because I feel like there's messages for you in there. If you do identify a little bit more masculine, you're a little bit more of the caretaker, the moneymaker, the breadwinner of the family, please go watch pile number 1, because it has a lot to do with this reading as well. Now, this card right here is to empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You're more than able to handle the situation that's facing you. Allow yourself to be strong. Allow yourself to be strong. Sometimes we get so frustrated. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation a little bit more calmly. Go watch pile number 1. Like, oh my gosh, so many messages for you in that pile. Frustration blocks your protection. Frustration blocks your blessings. Frustration makes you feel like you don't belong. What we need right now is for you to empower yourself, even though things might seem a little broken. This pyrite crystal, the tip of this pyrite is chipped, right? Or broken a little bit. But look how beautiful it still is. I want you guys to take a nice, good look at that. Look how beautiful it still is. It doesn't matter. Listen, there's millions and billions of crystals in the world, and each single crystal is different. They're chipped differently, they're cracked differently, they're broken differently. But they're still beautiful, they still carry their essence, and they're still powerful just as much with those cracks in them. And I feel like that's kind of what your message is. Allow yourself to be strong, beautiful, the person that you're capable of being, strong and beautiful. Point your nose to where it needs to go. I'm going to say that one more time. Point your nose to where it needs to go. Only you know. Go watch pile number 1. There's even more messages in there for you. Even though things might seem broken, it's not. They're reconciling. And broken is still beautiful. Broken is still whole. This heart is still whole. Broken is still whole. Okay? If you guys want to book a reading with me, go ahead and email me. My link is down below to my email. That is my only email. And sometimes I have readings available on my Etsy shop as well. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. Okay, pile number 4. Everybody that picked the Hanuman card. This card is a card that has a lot to do with loyalty. Loyalty in your life, loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your career, your finances, your stability, to your expression, to your body, to your mind, to your heart, your soul. So there's a lot of things that are coming into play about your loyalty to these things. There's an inner knowing. Okay, for a lot of you, I see something that you want to go towards, but you feel like you'll break somebody else's trust if you go towards this thing. If I pause a little bit, I apologize because I'm reading the cards, but there's another message here of concentration. For a lot of you, I see there's a companion here. There's a companion who is giving you advice, leading you, teaching you. And for a lot of you, I feel like this companion, this is a collective reading, so I'm picking up on a lot of different kind of energies, but the biggest one is it's a spirit, it's a deity, it's an ancestor, it's a past loved one that is guiding you. Now, you can smell them, you can see them, maybe hear them, get messages from them. Maybe their favorite song keeps playing. Maybe a certain number that you both knew about keeps popping up. Maybe you see them in your dreams. There's a companion here. It's a spiritual companion. You are very, very protected here with this companion. Now, what they're trying to say to you is to let go of your ego. Okay? Cultivate some gratitude. Sometimes when we get so entrapped with our ego, we start to look at the lack in our life. We look at things in a negative way. We look at things as if everyone and everything is out to hurt us. And if you concentrate hard enough right now, I want you to realize and see there's a lot of loyalty in your life around you. Whether this be loyalty from your pets, loyalty from your career, loyalty from your money, loyalty from yourself, loyalty from your family, your spouse, your friends, your siblings. You know who these people are, but yet you still choose to sometimes let your ego get in the way, and you, I feel like, hurt their feelings. Single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what's best suited to you. I feel like you are already headed into that path. You have chosen your own path and you are doing something very different from the other people in your life, in your household, in your family, from the people that you grew up with. And they may have said some things to you about your path, but they see your growth, and now I feel like these are people like actually in your own life that have seen your growth and have seen what you've become and how you are and how you've changed, and now they want to be a part of your life again. And here's what I want to say. Sometimes, like, let me give an example. Sometimes if you have a really crazy sister, right, that just is so egocentric and she just bullies you, picks on you, and say she's a cop, right? Her job is a cop. So she has to make you feel like her opinion is the only one that matters, and you have to keep your opinion shut and blah, 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 whatever, however, right? Bullies. I feel like maybe somehow in that kind of a form you were suppressed. It could have even been an abusive mom, an abusive dad, an abusive caretaker. Somehow you were suppressed, and your ego started to grow and grow and grow. And your ego is something that comes to tell you, because you went through that, because somebody bullied you, because somebody hurt you, because somebody abused you. Your ego comes to tell you that the next relationship that's going to come in, even if it's beautiful, you have to be weary, you have to be suspicious. And that's what the ego does. And that's not loyal to you. You're not being loyal to yourself if you keep listening to your ego, because your ego is just there to protect you no matter what. It's like an overprotective, overbearing thing, right? Like a beautiful, beautiful thing will come into your life, but your ego will be like, I don't know, you know? But that's just because of the trials and tribulations that you went through in your life. And it causes you to look at something as a herd mentality, into one way and one way only. See all this fish going into one way herd, like single-mindedness. They all going towards one thing. But these fish are going in another way. And so you have to really pick which way you want to go. And which way you want to go right now. And the message that's coming up for you is loyalty. Where does your loyalty lie? Are you more loyal to your finances? Are you more loyal to your relationships? Are you more loyal to your house? Are you more loyal to yourself, to your pets, to your spirituality, to your gods, to your ancestors? What is it? Your ancestors, what is it? Concentrate. Bring your mind back from this single-mindedness energy. You don't need to be following this herd or this herd. You don't need to be in this state where you listen to your ego and you feel defeated. You need to be here and here and here. An inner knowing, following yourself, what your voice tells you. Screw these voices. They don't matter. What are you loyal to? Concentrate on that. And there's a very special companion in your life that I see. Could be a twin flame, a soulmate, an animal, but there's an energy. Do not let this energy go. They are very, very sweet and very genuine, and they love you. Even if it's an animal, they love you to death. They're loyal to you and only you. Okay? If you guys want a deeper reading, head over to my email and email me, and we can go from there. My only email is in my description box below. That is my only one. We have a bunch of scammers here on YouTube right now, and just know that my only email is in my description box. Or if you want to book a reading with me, you can head over to my Etsy shop, and I have readings available there too. So remember this companion. They're huge in your life, okay? And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye.